show inflation is slowing.
Yeah, but not nearly as much as economists had predicted. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says prices for goods and services continue to rise, offsetting that decline in gas prices in recent weeks. Overall, the index that tracks all items was at 8.3% in August. That's down just a fraction from 8.5% in July, year to year.
In our continuing coverage, a closer look now from local economists about the new numbers and the reality of inflation on all of us as it continues to reflect 40-year highs.
Yeah, News 5's Andy Cohen in studio with more. And what are you hearing now from economists, Andy?
Rob and Diane, Dr. Tatiana Bailey is an economist and sees this inflation trend as being broad-based throughout our economy. 48% of the goods and services that are used to calculate the consumer price index increased between July and August. The CPI also has a data point that's called core prices or core inflation. They basically run the numbers again, but then leave out the more volatile food and energy data points. And that core inflation number up 6.3% over last August, also up 0.6% higher than July. I asked Dr. Bailey about reports showing that consumer spending is higher, especially on durable goods, things like cars and furniture, which might suggest that consumers are still spending in spite of these higher food and energy costs, right?
Yes, people are still purchasing, but also remember something very important. And that is, for instance, when you look at the retail sales numbers that come out every month, they have consistently been high. So again, a lot of people saying, hey, it's all good. You know, consumers are out there purchasing. Those retail numbers are in dollars. So they reflect inflation.
She also tracks other metrics like how often Americans are using their credit cards. It turns out we're using them a lot more than we did just a few months ago, and Dr. Bailey suspects that's because we're just not able to stretch our dollars as far as we used to. She points that these higher costs are impacting what economists call real wages. Even though we've seen wage growth nationally this year, by the time you adjust for inflation, Americans have lost 3.4% of their spending power compared to last year. Andy Cohen, News 5.
Andy.